And here we go. Pitch number 1. Sansone swings kind of at a weak outside pitch right there.
Yeah, looked a little anxious on that.
Maccabee has a huge high-low like sinker thingy that he throws. It starts way high, like 12 feet high. I measured it one time during that's gonna comes in a little hot.
That was deceiving. Didn't look 60.
Yeah. Sansone goes down on strikes right there to start the series.
Maccabee's stuff looks pretty tuned in. Got Sansone to swing way out at that first pitch.
Here's
Maybe
Stevenson.
a little first at-bat jitters.
It's good to see the Sand Viper watching PLW today on the live stream. And there's Stevenson going after Tarantino. Oh, and that's a kick, and that's going to be a penalty. It's going to be they're going to have to throw a yellow flag there. You can't use your feet in Premier League Wiffle.
Yeah.
And Timmy's going to need new knees here shortly, as he probably had them seared off.
Got those naked knees sliding across the turf in the outfield. He's going to lose some skin, leave it out there in center field.
Here's Tony Garay. And Garay doing what he does, and that's an early score by the Legends. And Maccabee got rockabeed.
Stevenson gingerly makes his way home for the first run. So out there on that play in the outfield trench, Tim Riley came screaming across to kick it. Automatic double if you put your foot in front of it?
Yeah, you can't use your feet, so that would just be a double anyway if it was a clean single.
50 miles per hour.
It ended up hitting the wall anyhow
Yeah.
for the double, so whether a dirty double or a penalty double, the result is the same.
48 miles
And
per
me and
hour.
the Sand Viper don't agree on most things in life, but there's a couple things that we do agree on this year, and one of them is that we both believe that the Legends have the most powerful lineup in PLW this year.
52 miles per hour.
Good to see Garcia back in the lineup after an absence on Saturday.
Are you sure that's him? And there's Garcia. He's going deep, and Timmy's there, and he basket catches that. And that's going to end the inning. Good play by Timmy and his skinless knees. And Osgood, who they are missing, is going to be on the mound. And looking at the Warbirds, you know, earlier I thought maybe they didn't have a decent lineup, but, I mean, you got Dodos, you got Petrekas, you got Maccabee in there, Gershwinder. These guys are whifflers. So I think that tonight is actually going to be the big test. You got Gershwinder a few games under his belt. You got Mock in the lineup. And you got Dodos, you know, getting more seasoned as a Warbird as well. So I think we're in for a good game.
Dodo's also part of that big offseason trade between the Bombers and the Warbirds.
Yeah, that was a huge trade. I mean, everybody knows Dodo's blue. They wear their Dodo's blue on certain holidays, and now he's in Warbird red. You have to buy a whole new line. You need another jersey. If you have a Dodo's jersey, now you got to get a Warbirds Dodo's jersey. That's okay. Things change.
51 miles per hour.
Maccabee in there. Looks at ball one.
Miles per hour.
What's up, DUI Racing?
51 miles per hour. 43 miles per hour. 51 miles
Sam
per
Viper
hour.
saying that Tim Riley is a dark horse for Rookie of the Year this year.
27 miles per hour.
Might be stretching it, and Mock goes
Deep.
real deep. Sansone, that's Garcia, actually. And Mock, I mean, the guy hasn't slept in 42 hours, and he comes up there just getting out of his car, grabs a yellow bat, and goes yard.
At probably the longest part of the yard as well.
Yeah. I actually like the matchup Maccabee versus Billy there, because Billy throws a very swinging curve, as you know, and I think Mock kind of could put an eyeball on it and make contact.
And Peter Maccabee doing a good job working his way through that count, get a pitch that he could turn on.
And here's Patricus having a bit of a rough start to the year. Let's see if he can get his game on fire. And just like that,
51 miles per hour.
but Garcia,
52 miles
it's
per
Garcia,
hour.
right?
It is, in fact, Alex Garcia.
Okay.
Oh, wait, or is that decal?
I think
That's decal in the field.
I told you.
That is. Okay, Garcia was at the plate, I'm sure. Garcia's wearing 44, decal's wearing
46
24.
miles per hour.
Man, I love it.
49 miles per hour.
What did Patricus do?
Out. That was what he caught.
51
They're starting to
miles per
tee
hour.
off. I'm telling.
96 miles per
Before
hour.
I could, I was
96
gonna say I
miles
bet
per
Dodo's
hour.
has something similar to Maccabee because these swinging curveballs are like right in their wheelhouse.
Uncle B, another part of that trade over from the Bombers.
That's just his face.
53 miles per hour.
Oh, that's just yeah.
53 miles per hour.
So does Tim though. It's something like something out of the Deer Hunter.
48 miles per hour.
I believe Billy needs to throw a couple more things in his game because these swinging curves, which is his pitch 85% of the time, I feel like people are starting to know it.
53 miles per hour. 56 miles per hour. 30 miles per hour.
Tim Riley with a seeing eye single just over Chad Phillips into left field for a single.
And here's Gershwinder, and he could do some damage. 3 lefties in here.
50 miles per hour.
I think the Legends might have some problems with their pitching rotation against the Warbirds this game. Honestly, you have 3 lefties against either a swinging curve pitcher in Billy Osgood or a riser pitcher in Chad. He's probably honestly maybe you should go with Casey on the mound. He throws pretty good balls and he doesn't float them out there as much. There's Billy throwing a nasty
Got a situation here.
ball right there.
Just one out.
miles per hour.
This could be an early exit
43 miles
for
per hour.
Billy Osgood.
53 miles per hour.
He just missed that one, and we are here very tense, realizing that contact from Mock might be a 5-1 lead. Oh, and what a nasty pitch by Billy.
Pretty big strikeout right there.
It's a
Bases
2 down
juice
now. And
for the
person that
big
just
swinging Maccabee.
hit a
Gets him
home run
strikeout.
off you. Wow, big spot.
Miles per hour. Miles per
He's
hour.
got to put one over the plate right here, Greg. And he does. And Patricus is going to score 2 runs. And that's exactly what he needed to get his season going finally. A 2-run single. And the Warbirds are going to go up 3-1 right now with 2 outs. And it looks like you possibly... Oh, then you got Dodo's up right now, and he could knock 2 more in. He's been working on his oppo game quite a bit.
53 miles per hour. 52 miles
Correction
per
from
hour.
earlier. Dodos wearing the jersey of the player he was traded for.
Wow, do you think that there's some kind of thing going on right
Little
there?
shade
Like
being thrown.
54
Uncle B
miles per
who?
hour.
And that's exactly what he's been working on. And I've been telling you, Dodo's game, he is laser focused, I believe, this year. And it's going to finally pay off as he keeps learning how to not learning to go over there, but just remembering that going oppo is a very important part of your game.
52 miles per hour.
What just happened? Single ground out?
Dodo single.
Thank you.
53 miles per hour.
Lackey on the stream asking us, what are the rules? How do you play? First of all, Lackey, thanks for joining the stream. Wiffle ball is going to mirror a lot of the same rules of baseball with some rather significant differences. Most notably, there's no base runners in Premier League wiffle ball. The amount of bases you get on a hit depends on where that ball ends up. If it crosses the infield line on the ground, it's going to be a base hit. If it gets through the infield into the outfield and hits the back wall, it's a double. If it hits the back wall on the fly, it's a triple. And obviously, if it exits the yard in the air, it's a home run. How many bases a runner will advance sometimes depends on where the ball gets out of the infield. If it goes over the right side of the infield, you can advance a runner from first to third. However, if it crosses out of the infield to the left of second base, you'll only advance the one base.
What about the pitching, Greg?
Yeah, so pitchers are allowed only 2 walks per game. And we play 3-game sets out here. Any pitcher can only pitch a total of 10 innings, excluding extra innings, during that 3-game set. So pitchers are limited to how many innings they can pitch and how many walks they can give up. A lot of strategy goes into deciding who to put on in certain situations. And sometimes you'll even see a mid-inning change if your ace gives up 1 walk and you feel like you're in a pretty good position to use your bullpen. You might do so and save your ace for later on in the game.
And there you have it, folks. A full rundown of some of the more basic rules from Greg right there, who I believe has a photographic memory from reading the rule book.
Might have seen it once or twice.
Here's Stevenson, who had a single up the middle of his last at-bat.
52 miles per hour.
That pitch is very difficult to hit from Maccabee. It hangs over like about 8 inches over the ground and just comes in at a very decent pace. And there it is. Quick couple outs for the Warbirds.
3 strikeouts already for Maccabee.
29 miles per hour.
I've faced Maccabee a few times, and I never fare well against him. But then there's people at home that will say, Trent, you don't fare well against most pitchers in this league. And that's true.
27 miles per hour.
And we're working on that.
In my short wiffle ball broadcasting career, I've seen quite a few unorthodox deliveries. Wiffle ball pitchers come in all shapes and sizes and ways of getting that ball into the strike
53
zone.
miles per hour.
And of all of them, Maccabee has one of the most natural baseball-like deliveries that I've seen thus far.
51 miles
He
per hour.
barely got under it. That's Garay yelling at the wiffle ball because he knows a millimeter in a certain direction would equal a home run.
Yeah, very well-timed swing, plenty of power behind it. Got his hands through, but just getting a little bit of the bottom of the ball to put that backspin on it and pop it up.
So I think we're going to go to the bottom of the second where the Warbirds are doing their Warbird chant still from a big inning in the first.
Oh, yeah.
And Billy really needs to settle down because the Legends, they could score 7 or 8 runs. So I mean, right now against Maccabee, they are struggling, but not to say that they can't change that and read his pitches a little bit better.
48 miles per hour.
Really looking forward to the addition of the
48
dugout
miles
cam
per hour.
and bring us inside
Oh, yeah.
some of the inner workings of what goes on in between innings.
Here's Chris Gershwinder.
Chris, how do you say your name? Gershwinder? Yeah, Gishwinder. No R. Gishwinder.
52 miles per hour.
So there's not an invisible R in his name.
53 miles per hour.
Plenty of
62
time.
miles per hour.
Trench, it's a good thing I'm not on that stopwatch. I might have screwed that one up. Plenty of time for that out. Walt the Cray, thanks for joining. Thanks for the follow.
Ooh, that sweeping curve. And
Walt the
Mock
car guy.
actually went down on a similar pitch that was faster. He might have trouble seeing those outside balls.
44 miles per hour.
This should be an easy play for Gray.
67 miles per
Throws it
hour.
all the way
39
through.
miles
A
per
good
hour.
out right there for Billy. Looks like we're going to have 2 outs. And sometimes you might not be going for a strikeout, but you just want to throw a nice pitch where you just the batter doesn't have their optimal form or power, and you could get an easy out.
53 miles per hour. Miles per hour.
Nice cooling breeze brushing by right now. Oh, man.
The tink.
Wow. And that's when Billy's on with his game like that, that's a very, very difficult pitch to hit.
Almost impossible.
Good job, Bill.
Patricus made a bit of a comment during that at-bat about the difficulty picking up the ball out of the pitcher's hand. It comes out of a shadow into the sunlight, back into a shadow.
Yeah, during this time of the day, sometimes you're going to have to deal with that,
49 miles per
as we
hour.
have 2 big trees that provide some shade, very much needed shade on the pitching mound and a little bit of the infield. But we're actually going to do a little bit of tree trimming to open up that left field side so foul balls will not be in play as prevalent as they are.
Yeah, for those of you who've watched a lot of the stream, you might hear some of the players in the field yelling tree. And that is to indicate that a ball that may or may not go fair or foul down the left field line has made contact with a tree, which makes it a dead ball.
55 miles per hour.
Ooh, a
Curving.
nasty ball. Dodo's on the run. And that's the kind of quality play you like to see out of Jim Dodo's on the Warbirds right now. He covered a lot of ground, huh, Greg?
Off the starting line in a hurry.
He just sees the ball well.
And that ball was spinning quite a bit. Started almost in left field, spun all the way out into right center. And Dodo's caught it on a full sprint.
That will just be logged as an out in the box score. But if you're watching the game, you understand what he had to do to get that out. And there's Alex Garcia, who,
27 miles per hour.
if there was somebody, he too could be in the conversation about Rookie of the Year.
Without a doubt.
This might be a double play ball. Patricus is going to have to get a hand on it and throws it way too high.
I dodged that one, Trench. Got out of the way.
Greg
this time.
almost took a missile to the face this time. And that's unfortunate because now Sansone is going to go to 2. So you have 2 wiffle balls you can put on your
I
mantle
do.
now.
I am allowed to keep these if they come within 5 feet of my head.
Yeah, I like that.
That is the rule.
So now you got 2 balls ready to go on the mantle. You got your Christmas tree out. You got a wiffle ball. I love it.
It'd make a great ornament.
53 miles per hour. Miles per hour. 30 miles per hour. Miles per hour.
Stevenson looking at a full count here.
Way outside.
3 miles per hour.
For him to get his first walk top of the third is actually a pretty good thing. Puts a little more pressure on the Warbirds because after Mock, you have Patricus and
32 miles
a
per
Dodo's that might be on the mound, but can't quite trust his pitching. So it would be Patricus, who this year, like I said, offensively was having some
52
troubles,
miles per hour.
but on the mound he's always good.
Gray looks at ball one.
52
Gray,
miles per hour.
big contact his last at bat, just underneath it for a fly ball. Otherwise would have been out.
50 miles
Similar
54
outcome
miles per hour.
and similar reaction from Gray.
Man, he knows it too. He is just missing it.
Yeah, appears to be seeing the ball well. Just needs to make a tiny little adjustment.
If you ask the legends right now, they would tell you they feel like they should definitely be winning this game, but they just can't get the bats around on Maccabee right now.
Yeah, this game's a lot closer than the scoreboard would indicate.
45 miles per hour.
Just went like 3 solid contact hits in a row, went from 1-1 to 4-1, and it's kind of like just been nobody's really getting hold of much right now. But if there was going to be somebody, it's Jim Dodos who's up right now, and like I told you, he's been working on his game to get a little bit more power to the opposite field, and it looks like they got Gray over there now. And this is going to be a tough play for Chad. Throws it in there. Throws a little screwball. Sometimes he could bobble it around.
Yeah, Dodos retired for the first time in his game. Singles his first 2 iPads.
Miles per hour. 50 miles per hour.
That is such a difficult pitch to see.
That Tier 2 wind might be dropping down into Tier 1.
Yeah, we got things floating around here. 2 pitches and a strikeout for Billy.
Miles per hour. 51 miles per hour.
This is a big spot for Gershwinder right here. I think he can make a pretty good contact if Billy misses his spot merely by 4 or 5 inches.
54 miles per
What
hour.
a
Wow.
pitch.
It looked like it was coming in hot, but 54 it is, and
Just
Gershwinder
catches
sits
the
down.
outside. Osgood feeling pretty good. Retiring the last 2 sides
Yeah,
on a
like I said,
tank 54-mile-an-hour pitch.
they're down 4-1, but in their dugout, it feels like they have the lead, or they could get the lead easily.
Yeah, nobody playing poorly, that's for sure.
53 miles per hour.
The great thing about professional sports is there might be a player that loves hitting against Maccabee, and then there's a player that can't stand Maccabee as a pitcher. Me, I'm 50-50 with Mock. I could deal with it, but I don't fare too well. But he's not somebody that I'm like, oh my God, we're facing Mock. But to some other people, there are.
Yeah, an imposing presence.
Oof.
49 miles per hour.
There's Billy, and he's one of those people that is not happy with Maccabee up there on the strike.
I mean, look, that's just great movement. Just drops right in there.
Big hit by Garcia right there, and keeps his resume rolling about Rookie of the Year. And now you have Sansone, who's a big bat. Big hit, but that's going to be a dirty double. And just like that, 1 out, 2 on.
Garcia does not advance to third base.
Here's Stevenson.
Because Petricus was able to make contact.
Parrot. We have a parrot that flies around this place. It's incredible. They must have thought it was in Costa Rica or something. I hope the mics pick it up.
Let's see how he couldn't. He's almost right next to our palapa.
Do you see it?
Certainly hear it.
I think he's telling all his buddies to come check out Premier League Wiffle Hideaway Field. We should have like a little parrot grandstand with little sticks and bird seeds and stuff.
How could he not be here? It's a tropical paradise in the middle of a barren wasteland.
Wow, another full count drawn by Stevenson right here, and you hear Brad rooting on his Warrior. And there's that nasty pitch that Malk does and dangerously throws it, but it hits for a strike.
Oh, another strikeout for Stevenson.
That's Louie. I named him Louie. That's Louie the parrot. And I think I'm going to make him a mascot.
51 miles per hour.
Yeah, I'm not sure if our camera can get eyes on him.
I don't know where he is. I'm usually pretty good at locating. You know what I'm going to do, Greg? I'm going to step out of the booth for just a moment. I love these types of things, and see if I can locate it and I can spot it for our viewers at home.
Yeah, the top of the order coming up for the Warbirds. So that'll be Peter Mockabee, Matt Petricus, Jim Dodos. Warbirds up 4-1 here.
Yeah, that blue parrot.
As Trench alluded to, Legends are playing quite well. Just not able to totally solve Peter Mockabee just yet.
65 miles per hour.
And it looks like we got a pitching change here. Looks like Casey Taravella is going to come up to the
43
mound.
miles per hour.
That I think they should have went with early,
44 miles per hour.
especially with 3 lefties
46 miles per
on the
hour.
mound. I think you need something a little less sweepy and a little like more dartsy.
51 miles per hour.
Is dartsy a word?
53 miles per hour.
Dart-like.
Yeah, dartsy.
We'll go with it.
47 miles per hour.
So it looks like Osgood will take a seat in the dugout as Taravella takes the mound. New pitchers are allowed 8 warm-up pitches, 5 warm-up pitches.
I believe it's 8. And the parrot concurred that it was 8.
47 miles per hour.
Checking our facts.
Fifty-one miles per hour.
Taravella did get him swinging on the first pitch, looking at a 1-2 count here.
49 miles per hour.
Tink, tink.
I think that might be Mock's 3rd strikeout of this game. Might be only 2, though.
I have 1 home run, 1 strikeout, 1 ground out, 1 strikeout for Mockabee.
Okay.
51 miles per hour. $49 miles per hour. $54
Wow.
miles per hour.
Taravella looking strong. His first 2 batters retired swinging. And here's Dodos.
Is he going to get it?
53 miles per hour.
Looks like it, and that's going to retire the side, and we're going to go into the top of the 5th. The Legends down by 3, but I got to tell you, it still feels like they're right in it,
Yeah.
but for some reason,
Yeah, this
it's
game is not over by any stretch of the imagination.
And there's the ones. They're just going to dinner tonight. Is there something on the camera?
And Tom's
Did you
on
see
it.
that? I'm not a real production guy with
Yeah.
camera work. Did you see how I spotted that?
Yep.
And I thought maybe there was a little leaf or something.
54 miles per hour.
And Tom out there with his lens paper
Miles per hour.
as to not scratch the lens of our camera. And I believe a can of compressed air.
I want to welcome Daniel to the show. He's going to sit in for a moment. Daniel, still on the Viper roster.
49 miles per hour.
It is professional wrestler Austin Aries.
All right, so what just happened? I just
stopped in today.
saw Alex Garcia pop out, but he's still at the plate. He's back. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, that was decal.
See, yeah. You got a little confused. They look
54
so
miles
alike.
per hour.
And there's the war chicken from
Will he
his
make it?
knees almost. Is
I
he
don't-
going to have
I
time?
don't think so.
40 miles per hour.
Oh,
Ooh,
he
it
said-
must have been barely under the 5
He
seconds.
said, shows what I know.
Yeah, it was probably within 0.1 seconds. Anyhow, 2 outs, and
54
Maccabees
miles
1
per hour.
out from a complete game win against the Legends.
52 miles per hour.
We're up to 44 viewers, Greg, for game number 1 of this 3-game set.
51 miles per
Welcome
hour.
to the stream, and thanks for joining us on your Memorial Day holiday. That's not him. Thought that was our
49
parrot.
miles per hour.
The standings are going to be so clumped up this year, I
52
believe.
miles
Like, there's
per
going to be
hour.
like 6 teams going for it. And that was a big walk.
That's gonna be Maccabee's second walk here in the top of the 5th.
I'm going to call it right now, Greg. Tony Garay will be hitting a home run.
Heard it here first.
58 miles per hour.
As Dodo steps up to the mound, he's
Oh,
gonna.
wait, it's Stevenson that's
56
up.
miles per hour.
So,
Stevenson is up.
35
However,
miles per
not to
hour.
say he can't do it,
26
but if there
miles
was
per
a
hour.
player right now that you'd probably want up against a lefty, it would be Stevenson, would it not?
56 miles per hour.
Here we go. Jim Dodos, who recently was traded in the offseason, now a Warbird. This is a big spot for him. He could earn his stripes not only offensively, but
28
on the
miles
mound
per
as
hour.
well.
yeah, Stevenson so far struck out a few times.
63 miles per hour.
A little hot. Stevenson is known to
28
change
miles per hour.
chase, but not on pitches like that.
58
Little
miles
hot.
per hour.
Could you imagine a walk with Tony Garay up and one swing could tie the game?
30 miles per hour.
Oh, and Dodos.
55 miles per hour.
You think Stevenson's taken all the way here?
Yeah, there's no way I'm swinging if I'm Stevenson, if I know Tony Garay is up. Because you can't tie the game anyway. So he does exactly what we thought. What a great ending to this game it
Wow.
might be, as you have Dodos, the lefty, versus Garay, who hits mammoth home runs when he gets a hold of them. And he's just missed barely twice, maybe 3 times the charm.
48 miles per hour. 62 miles per hour.
Barely over my head.
28 miles per hour.
It's be 1-1. Dodos
55
can't
miles
find
per
it.
hour.
And then next up, I believe, is Alex Garcia, who's no slouch on the on-deck circle. Good
52
pitch.
miles
Yeah,
per
he
hour.
really just needed to hit the strike zone in that pitch.
Yeah, Dodos really doesn't have anything nasty he's going to throw to Garay, so I expect full contact.
54 miles per hour.
Wow, lots of pressure on Dodos right now to deliver. And he ends the game with an inside strikeout. Tough pitch for Garay to go down on. He's definitely upset about that.